1,000 people just jumped on my live lẹ́ẹ̀kan náà. Kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀? Blessing CEO Ashiri. Hey! Omo, this kind live weak me. 1,000 people now take start live. I never see this kind thing before. 1,078. How would that Blessing CEO just come straight. Join me straight. This now your matter. Now your matter. Oh. Eh? Blessing CEO, this now your matter. Somebody say we dey wait since. Now don't turn me to am above of life. Eh? Ladies and gentlemen, Cubana chief priest. A chief priest indeed. Cubana chief priest. I never see for my life since my mama born me. Person will call person out like this. As he call him out with him full chest. He remain making mention how Oriki. You know, for Yoruba, waiting me Oriki. Your pet, your native pet name. Blessing CEO, where are you? Where art thou? Omo, I like chief priest like this. Hey, and the chief priest know they follow me. I know they follow him. I don't try. Gosh. I've called people out before, but this one now full chest. Hey, women, may you have friends like Cubana chief priest, where he stand with you and stand for you. My daughter, they here, they look. We're talking about side chick. Hey, Blessing CEO.
Ask me on fresh.
Myself, I forgot rub powder, join you. Do you have white powder? Let me also rub. You don't have. You are lucky. Now, so myself for just rub powder, join you this night, so that it will be two of us. Come. What is going on with Cubana chief priest? First of all, let us start with. Let me now, first of all. I'm sorry, Blessing, you my sister, but I won't talk. Wetin Maria do? If she do first of all, let's start and say it is a rumor so far. So we will address it as a rumor. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Let us say it is a rumor first. Because this thing points a very crooked finger at all celebs. Tomorrow, celeb go buy moto. Blessing, I know how hard you work. I know how hard you push. It takes, I know another celeb, Uche Enendu, my sister. Uche, they do like 75 business. I know many women who are celebs, who are artists, who work till their bones. Some of them know they sleep. But it just takes one woman to get a hoe and go into the garden to hoe, and then all women are gardeners with hoes. Just one. And this cast a very dark shadow on, oh, okay, una they go Dubai. Now, what they go do for Dubai be this?
I want to just get Dubai now.
Right now, the last time Taste Buds went to Dubai, she followed me there. Now me carry and go before I begin. Before I begin, because that Dubai now can't they fear the Dubai.
I swear.
What is your take, Blessing? Before I even talk plenty, what is your take in this whole matter?
People actually sent me the message. My inbox, people scream much and send me them. They say, Blessing, don't you what you go talk, like you said. It's still a rumor, right? So let's assume it is true, because for Cubana chief priest to talk and with him full chest, evidence go there. So, but first of all, to me, I feel say Cubana chief priest is not supposed to call her out. To the best of my knowledge.
Why?
That because she's a lot of side chick they snatch husband. And as he then called the girl out now, he made Maria feel very powerful. Yes. Now the honest truth. That's what I used to tell a lot of married women. Now them they give side chick power. Trust me. Yes. As Cubana chief priest called out Maria now, make we assume say Maria just go Dubai, just go knock, collect money. She go want snatch the guy. She goes, yeah, because, do you understand my point? She would equally want to snatch, because most times these side chicks sleep around with other people's husband. They don't even intend to snatch you. But the one they go now, she feel vex. Say, okay.
But
this one don't call me.
Blessing. She don't. He said, according to his statement, that she threatened the wife. So it's no. Once that threatening don't enter, it don't come out say me and your husband they play game. You don't turn to hey come here and they warn you down.
First of all, Daddy Freeze, you're very intelligent. I want you very much to analyze them on a factual. Cubana chief print, now my boss, now my person. Good. How did Maria get the wife's number? For a side chick to have access to a man's phone as much as driving his car and having the wife's number and having the guts to threaten the wife, the husband gave her a go-ahead and the husband they back him up. So maybe Cubana chief priest called out Maria because he knows that the husband is backing Maria up and he can do anything. How should they get the number? This thing we call disrespect starts from the man. I don't see Maria doing anything wrong here. I see the husband disrespecting his wife. Every mantle that Maria has was given to her by the man. Now, how you take carry your wife? Now, so side chick will take carry him. It gets some men where get side chick where their side chick no go dead. Do they grace? Call my. But for her to call his wife and threaten his wife, the man go don't give him some assurance. Something they have done for the girl when they give him guts. Do you understand? So she even the guy's car, posted it on her snap, posted money. She posted them now. She posted them for her story. She get liver. So for her to get that kind of liver with no shame, the guy don't give him some assurance now. So liver. So it has nothing to do with. I don't even see Maria at fault here. I see the man. Let's drag the man for disrespecting his wife, not Maria. Trust me. That.
Now, let's talk about side chicks from a cultural perspective and from a biblical and, should I dare say, religious perspective. We all know Solomon had 700 concubines. Abraham had concubines. David had concubines, and in our traditional African setting, listen, one man, one woman, we import time from Oyinbo people. Make we just agree this one down. One man, one woman, na imported culture. I'm a one man, one woman man, but I know that it is not easy, and I know what my mates who cannot submit themselves to one man, one woman go through. Let me ask. There's some men who cannot settle for one woman. My grandfather was like that. My father too was like that. And many in my father's generation. My father had brothers that had 2 wives, 3 wives. I grew up with my dad's friends having second wives and concubines. See, in Yoruba language, there's something get word for your traditional language. Like onion like this, now alubosa. You know, say the important from Hausa land is albasa. So it doesn't have an indigenous word, meaning that it is a bit alien to that culture. It was introduced to that culture. But side chick na Ali for Yoruba. I don't know whether you get down for Igbo. Now, let's discuss this, because whether you like it or not, we run here side chick, run here side chick, run back side chick, go forward side chick. So side chick culture is embedded in Africanism and to a large extent religion. Let me ask you a question. Is it really wrong? Let's leave religious morals aside and discuss one-on-one as Africans. Is it wrong for a man who is wealthy to have a side chick? Let me just sample your opinion.
No. Realistically, no. But the common African woman does not want to digest it. There's something one man told me when he came for therapy. He said, the kind of money I've made, only my wife no fit chop up. And realistic. It was realistic. It's how a man will be rich, Sebe. You as a woman, you be tired of eating money. So men just, like you already said, in our culture, men have the right to polygamy. If a lot of women come to me for my husband cheated, the only thing I say is, as a man, you owe your wife what is called respect. And when we go to the Muslim culture, when they are getting married, because I have a lot of Muslim friends, In their culture, even if you want to marry 10 wives, you must treat them equally. You don't go disrespect this person. Even if you want to paint it in this picture, if Cubana chief priest sister's husband wants to date Maria, do it, but don't disrespect your wife. Don't stop responsibility. Do you understand? That's just all. But a lot of women refuse to accept it. They know their husband is cheating, but they be fighting the side chick. So it's like they keep living in denial. Most of them have seen the traces of polygamy in this man. They go see Maria. The man cheated on them before they got married. They go see Maria. Do you understand? Like I used to say, fidelity is a decision. Every man and every woman have tendency to be unfaithful. We get them for body. Even as a married woman, you still see one hot guy in your mind. You don't knock and finish. Realistically, whether you're married or not married, you lost after men and after women. You might not be able to do it. Now, what differentiates us is boundary, principles. Some people are principled. That if you see 5 girls every day, but now principle that you say, I don't go move. Doesn't mean you don't see pretty girls. Some people are not principled. Some people don't have that mind of their own, so you can't force them. If you are blessed enough to see a principled man, good for you. But not every man can, with all these fine chicks. So it's just the common Africans living in denial. We don't tell ourselves the truth. And that's why we suffer so much. And they see people like you and I as controversial because we don't want, this is the truth. So we are not always hot when it happens because this is reality. They see reality, they refuse to face it, they keep lying to themselves. Because a lot of these things they say is heartbreak are things that they see. Cubana chief priest sister will not tell me that all the while before Maria, she doesn't know that her husband has been cheating. Now lie. Men like that cheat. They are just calling Maria because Maria is the famous one. Do you understand? But if you begin to trace, they've been cheating along the line. Why is this one an issue? So the earlier women begin to accept it, if you know you cannot stay in a polygamous, leave. They don't want to go. They want to kill the other woman. But in this part of the world, you can't do anything if a man decides to marry another wife. One woman told me, if my husband married another wife, I would die. I said, good, RIP. If you die, he marries, who lose? Do you understand?
Now, let's also twist this. How would you feel if the narrative was that the lady in question that was allegedly threatened by Maria was the one that was cheating on her husband? How would the narrative now be? Because now it is man cheats on wife. It's okay. There are so many. But what would now happen if it was the other way around? If it was the woman that had a side bubble and the side bubble called the brother Kevin out and said, brother Kevin, I see you for this downtown, waiting, I will use your eye, do you not go like him? How would you, as a therapist, judge the matter?
This is how I defined it. The reason why is that, see, when a man cheats, it's easy to talk about it and let it go. It's because men are givers by nature. A man can cheat and still go back to his wife and his children. If probably not for, even with all this drama, this man might still go back home and go and tell his wife, sorry, we'll not hear that one. Men cheat physically. Women cheat emotionally. When a woman starts to cheat, she's gone. That's why it hurts more. Yes, that's the honest truth. When woman don't begin, she cheat with her, but man, she just see begin as just one knock, they go. Then go still go back and go tell the wife, say, I love you. I think that is why it is more depth for men. So it's not like the pain is different, but a woman's body is like a temple. You collect, you keep. A man gives. He's not to be sharing this, but a woman is collecting. So I think it's a society for us, right? And in this, and the truth about it is, cheating affects women more than men. That's the honest truth. Whether we want to take it to the Western world or we bring it to this part of the world, cheating affects women more than men. Because, like I said, our body is a temple. We collect, we keep so many things. And when you keep so many things, like when you have just like when you have too many body counts, you'll be confused. Like I said, women are emotional beings, right?
But you see, sometimes, okay. Sometimes
you start to have sex with a woman and you do it well, she starts to love you. But there's no amount of good sex you give a man. If not, all their shower for don't marry your husband. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
I get you. Let's take a look at this, for instance. Some women, I believe, have also lost their emotions and their conscience. E get the way you go dey do am for $5,000, $10,000. By the time you don't do like 5, 10, 15, you don't go get conscience again. You that emotion, you go don't comot am for the equation. So it becomes a business deal. If not, I shall to go they fall in love with a customer.
We are talking about women who cheat, not Ashawo
Yes.
that cheat for money. Cheating is different from prostitution. Some people cheat because I like you. Some people cheat. Some people are sleeping around for business. Let's not mistake the both of them. I can be in a relationship right now and cheat because maybe something is missing in my relationship. My husband is not always around. My husband is not this. And I just see a guy and I fall. Then I'm sleeping around with a man for money. They are two different things. When I'm sleeping around with a man for money, there is no emotion. It's business. I don't feel anything. So let's not mistake a cheating woman for a prostitute. They are two different. Just that. So they're two different narratives. They're not the same at all.
My darling sister, thank you so much for this expertise. People, if people have emotional problems, how do they get in touch with you? Women, men, counseling.
Yeah, I have an office in Enugu, number 8 Cubana Street, Independence Day. And we're also opening an office in Lagos very soon, by the special grace of God. So you can walk into our office, or we have online therapy.
How did they get into your online therapy sessions?
You can send us a DM or send us an email. Then we'll pick it up from there. We send you the necessary details. It's not expensive. It's very affordable. So you pay.
I don't want to ask the price. Make I no faint. All right, guys. Thank you so much, Blessing. And remember, guys, if you are going through something and you need to talk to someone, Blessing is right here for you. Take care, my darling sister. Thanks for hopping up at such a short notice. And thanks for bringing so much life and perspective to this matter. Take care. Awesome stuff. Lovely lady. Blessing. I love that. Guys, it's a very multifaceted discussion. We cannot depart from the fact that men have side chicks, women have side bobbers. The world is not as monogamous as your pastor wants you to believe it is, because even your pastor gets his own runs. Many pastors have runs, many pastors. And have I had side chicks before? Oh yes, I've had side chicks before. I've been in relationships. I had other sub relationships. It's not something I'm proud of, but it's something that many men have done in their lives. Some men have side men. This is a new development that we're going into in this new world that people have created out of the abundance of people's excesses. However, it does beg the question, what's the way forward? One thing I would say is, don't threaten somebody's husband, I mean somebody's wife, because you and the person, they runs. If you do that one no enter. And also, here's why I don't advise men to have side chicks. Because according to Galatians chapter 3, men and women are equal. We're all equal in Christ. So if you... Can somebody give me Cubana chief priest's number? Okay, somebody's calling him. Cubana chief priest, you can come to the live. Or Maria, any one of them. What's Maria's handle? Can somebody give me Maria's handle? Let's even hear from her own perspective, and then of course hear from Cubana chief priest. It will be good too. So what was I saying again? You guys don't confuse me with the plenty requests that they make. Sarah, can somebody say I'm here? No, be you. Will they find Cubana chief priest? Will they find Maria? Maria Chike Benjamin. Okay, that's Maria's handle. What's Maria's handle? Maria Benjamin or Maria Chike Benjamin? Okay, all of you mention her. Let's see if she would come to the live and share her own perspective. So here's what I was saying before I got interrupted. Personally, I don't advise side chicks. I don't come from the moral, no. The Bible says one man, one woman. Christ advised one man, one woman. And I also advise, I stick with Christ's advice of one man, one woman. And Apostle Paul also said, every woman should have a husband and every man should have a wife. One. Yeah, agreed. However, when you live in an African perspective, even the Jews, there was a particular scripture where God was talking to David. And God told David that if you had wanted more wives, you should have asked me, which one is this one that I went to go and set up Bathsheba's husband, to the point where the guy lost his life. Let me read the scripture to you, because I believe that until some of you see something inside Bible, when I know they like believe on. So let me just get you that scripture real quick. Someone said she can't come. Okay, Cubana chief priest is also welcome. 2 Samuel chapter 12 and verse 8. Here is God talking through the prophet Nathan to David. He says, I gave you your master's house and his wives and the kingdoms of Israel and Judah. And if that had not been enough, I would have given you much more. I gave you the wives, I gave you the kingdom, and if you were not satisfied, I would have given you more. Now let's remember that David was not single. Neither was David monogamous when he inherited Saul's wives. David had his own sets of wives, which also included Saul's daughter. Let's also remember Jacob and Leah and Rachel. Not only did he have two sisters to choose between, he also had their maids. So Jacob had Leah and her maid, and Rachel and her maid. So there is a polygamous undertone in religion that the direct one man, one woman does not solve, because this Bible has a polygamous undertone. Let me read you another thing here. Please permit me to address this. Let's remember the story of Father Abraham. Genesis chapter 25 and verse 6. But before he died, I'm reading from the New Living Translation, Abraham gave gifts to the sons of his concubines and sent them off to a land in the east away from Isaac. So Abraham, apart from his wives, and this is not talking about his wife or Hagar, because the sons of his concubines did not bury him. He was buried by the sons, his proper sons, Isaac and Ishmael. However, to the sons of his concubines, he sent them away from Isaac. So Abraham also had concubines. Jacob also clearly had two concubines. The maids were not on the same level as their mistresses, or who should I say, their ogas, who were his wives. Because even when Jacob was going in Genesis 31 or 32, when he was going to meet Esau, he put the sons of his maids and the maids in front, just in case war wanted to happen. He put them in front, then put his wives closer to him, and of course his most preferred wife Rachel at the back with Joseph. So let's also look at this. Traditionally, we have a polygamy to have more than one wife. Where is Cubana? I've not seen Cubana. Cubana is not here. Cubana is not here. If he were here, I would have accepted him. All of you saying Cubana is here. I'm just trying to say something in this regard. Cubana is not here. Where is he? People are saying he's here. I can't see him. Cubana Chief Priest is not in the live. Cubana is not here. So can I continue? All of you people are just I can't invite him because I'm not following him and he's not following me either. So even if I invite him, he won't see the invite. I'm looking through all the plenty requests. He's not here. Okay. If he's not here, can you please stop the Cubana is here because he's not here? And let me go back to what I was saying because it's very important. So back to what I was saying. Traditionally, we have a polygamous undertone. Islam allows you to marry as many as 4 wives, provided you can treat them fairly. Let me be honest. It's not easy to treat 4 women fairly, no matter how hard you try. But it is still an undertone. And as long as we continue having the religious and traditional undertones of a man being able to have more than 1 wife, and even Cubana did not deny this. He said, all of us, they carry. Let me read his post, because before I came on this issue, I tried to do a bit of studying. So of course, I'll give a scriptural perspective. Instablog. I saw the story on Instablog. Let me read what Cubana's post was. He said, I'm ashamed of you. All of us, they street. You not carry woman past anybody. But we can never make home miserable for our woman to the point a side chick calls your wife to threaten her life. If what you are doing is right, why are you covering your face in shame in the video? My own, and make nothing happen to my sister. If anything happened to my sister, he now showed that he's angry. So, even in Cubana's message, he's not saying that people or men don't have other relationships. What he's trying to say is, how would you allow a relationship to degenerate to the point where your side chick is calling up your wife and threatening her? If this were really the case, I wasn't there on a reported speech, oh, them say, she say, he say. My problem is, I think we should talk to that man. Just like Blessing CEO said, I think it's not even, because do you hear how Elon Musk is? Elon Musk is not religious, but now you will learn so much from following Elon Musk. You know what Elon Musk they tell you in new girlfriends? Hey, those are my sons and those are their mothers. Any day you chop winch, you talk to them anyhow, you are out of my life. He doesn't allow anybody to disrespect his women. That me and you are dating or me and you are sleeping together, that does not give you the right to talk to my woman anyhow. Now my woman be this. Give him regard. All of them, they call everybody for this live. Where we want the matter we did there, we no one listen. The day they do them to you, we go talk your own matter to like this because you don't want to get sense. Here waiting the ground. They call you, mention the whole people. Now, the 2 people with me, I believe, they get fault for this matter. One, the bobo, we get side chick. When side chick, they call out in wife. One name, you not try. For my humble opinion, you not try. 2, side chick, we get mind to call wife where they never send divorce letter. To say they don't send the wife divorce letter. Because that's another part. We don't know the full story. What if the guy has filed for divorce? If the guy don't file for divorce, or the guy has made his intention that I'm not interested in this marriage again, let me tell you something here. We have to come to the reality that it takes about 5 to 10 years to untie a marriage in Nigeria. So people will be lying to themselves and living in denial. They don't serve you paper. They say no one do again. The guy won't. I don't see this kind of scenario before plenty. I also run church, so I know what it is like. A guy or a woman breaks up with a man, moves on with their life because the divorce papers have not been finalized. Then the woman is now making, or the former is now making life unbearable for the new couple. In the reach stage where people they call themselves, I don't know if this is the situation here. I don't think it is the situation because it doesn't sound like it, but I'm just creating a scenario for allowance for that kind of scenario. So still it doesn't reach threat. If Auntie Maria had said, look, I'm this man's new babe, leave us alone, it's different from threat. Threat's a very strong thing. Oh. Somebody they call Buhari inside this life. On top waiting, Buhari go leave work, come they address Cubana chief priest matter. Now let's discuss. You see, let me tell you something. In Nigeria, we don't believe the marriage the end. That's how people are going around saying Pero is two-faced wife because she born 3 children for him. I know how people twisted yourselves up into this mentality. I don't know how. Marriage is the end. Now, if this marriage were strong, but the guy no just get control for his zipper, then it's a totally different from the scenario where the marriage is strained. Let me tell you, some people in marriages, they don't know say the marriage no they go anywhere, but they are in the marriage for children. Let's build on this scenario. Let me bring somebody live. Where is Vidoma? Vidoma always knows how to talk well. Let me bring her live. So just imagine that me and Vidoma are married, right? Now the marriage is strained. This is typical Nigerian. This is what Christianity in Nigeria also helps to promote. Marriage no good, no end them. They inside the marriage jam. Now you have 2 people in a bad marriage. The marriage is not working, it's not heading anywhere. Then they live separate lives. One lives in Dubai, the other lives in London, or one lives in Abuja, the other lives in Mexico. But they are married. Once in a while that graduation will join them together. Once in a while that burial will join them together. Once in a while that family function will join them together. No problem. But they live separate lives. So sometimes the people in their separate lives do not have the power to bear the whole drama that is going on. And they'll come out and say, people get frustrated. They come and say, hey, you know what? Tell her that you're not doing again. Tell her to leave you alone. Maybe people are not doing anything. You've not seen her in 5 years. You've not slept with her in 5 years. You people have not shared the same room in 10 years. You people are not doing anything together, but you have this paper that is tying you together. Call this person up and tell her you're not interested. Then you now see the guy calling her, hello, what can I do? I'm sorry, blah, 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 blah. No, sometimes you need to define relationships and set borders. Religion does not allow us to define relationships. Because if a woman knows that her husband's relationship with her is father of children, make una hear, she don't go vex over a side chick. So you don't say, okay, now your side chick be that, no problem. Me and you are not married. We just have this paper. Once in a while we go church. Once in a while we do. Hey, Vidoma, please join me and tell me what you think about what we're talking about.
First of all, I want to say good evening to you, Daddy Freeze.
Good evening, ma.
And to the viewers as well. We where they like a proko well. Okay, Daddy Freeze, I think based on what I've seen, what I've witnessed with my 2 eyes in my office, first of all, I will start by saying this. I do not mean to disrespect people's marital affair, but I will tell you the honest truth, Daddy Freeze. I think the man actually disrespected himself, not just the wife, because You know why I said himself? Because Daddy Freeze, let me tell you something. As long as a woman is still bearing your name, any misunderstanding, any form of disrespect that comes to that woman also comes to you. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Okay.
As long as the marriage is not officially over, any form of disrespect.
No, let me ask you something.
If someone is calling your wife
Hold
out,
on,
if someone is
Vidoma, let me ask you a
disrespecting
question.
your wife.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
How do you know a marriage is officially over? Because this is a very genuine scenario we have in Nigeria today. We have broken up. We are having a divorce case in court. A bitter divorce case. The wife, they threaten for court. So, because it happened to me, my ex filed for separation. I filed for dissolution. And we're dragging the matter in court. And the moment the matter entered court, the former house we're staying in, she moved out, I moved out. We're still husband and wife on paper. But she was no longer my wife. She did not know where I lived. She had no right to come to my house. I don't know where she lived. Blah, 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 blah. At that point, she is no longer my wife, even though she's still officially my wife. And many people, I was lucky. I have really good lawyers. So we're able to tie this up within 2, 3, 4 years max. There's some people who, like Taste Buds Zone, took 9 years. So a woman has moved out of a bad union, a bitter, sad union, and for 9 years later, a man is still claiming she's my wife, or a woman is still claiming. Let's also address that, because that is also a very important part of the narrative. I'm not saying that's what's happening in this scenario. I'm just trying to touch on all scenarios. Because, for instance, now, let me give you an example. At that stage, if I went to a restaurant and I saw my ex sitting on the laps of a guy kissing him, I would not be angry. She's no longer my. Forget the fact that a paper carries the fact that she's my wife. We have filed. We've not gotten a divorce, but we have filed for a divorce. The intention is we're not getting back together. And if at any point she was feeling or I was feeling, because it was mutually agreed that we are not going back anywhere. I remember when Pastor Adefarasin called us. He asked me, he said, do I want to go back to the marriage? I said, no. She said yes. I don't know what she meant there, but I categorically told Pastor Adefarasin with his wife, they were sitting together. I said, I don't want to go back to this marriage. As far as I'm concerned, this marriage has ended. Now, for the marriage to officially end, took another 4 years. But I declared it to him and to everybody around me. So let's also keep that in mind, because you said that as long as she's bearing his name, let's try to tidy that, because Nigeria is not abroad where you can go in and come out and get a divorce in 6 months.
Okay, Daddy Freeze, on your own case, I didn't start following you today. On your own case, when this whole drama started, you made it so official to your followers, to the whole world. And we were seeing everything going on then. And we were not so blind not to see what is happening. We know I'm a young girl. I've not been married, but I've been in a relationship. I know when a woman is dragging a man. I can tell you that this person is not into this person. And this person is trying to emotionally blackmail someone. You get it? But you said, how do you know a marriage is over? This thing is a very simple thing. Yes, they've been married. If you read the post over and over and over, you can see that what I got to understand from that post is this: those couples have been having issues to start with first. They've been having challenges in that marriage. Maria was not actually the issue there. She's not. And just like the lady said earlier, she's not just finding out that that's the first time he's doing something like that. No, we can't just say Maria is the first girl that he's cheating on her with. No, that's not. How to know that a marriage is over is very simple. Ma'am, Madam, see, if it's from the culture, from my culture, from the place I come from Igbo land, it's as simple as this. You do the rightful thing. You just do. while you're waiting for your divorce, at least people can tell you that, okay, when they are dragging you, people will tell you, please, though, this woman no be this man wife. Oh. Even if it has not come to the public, but at least there are some people there. You can easily say, I don't get it. Why are you guys dragging me? Like, the feelings is there, the words are there, the things, as in, everything is there. It doesn't have to be. I know some women can be so mean. Some women can drag your intestine just to get at you. When you tell them, I don't want this again, they will drag you and frustrate your life till everything where they there go finish. So, Daddy Freeze, in this case, me, I still say my own. This kind of saga don't happen for where I dey work. Where side chick and madam come fight, oh, we not put body, oh, because the matter be say, now man, we come up for house, we not supposed to do in normal doings, you know. As per se person we don't dey into the game, you got to lie your formal lies now. All those usual lies wey men sabi lies. Say, they do business meeting, my guy they do this, my guy they do that. Person come and tell her, say, madam, your husband dey somewhere. She come dey drag. We tell her, say, we don't know who you dey marry, who your husband be, because as a receptionist, is your duty to protect your guest. You don't have to interfere. We're like, we don't know. If you think your husband is here, please kindly give him a call and find out his room number so we can also confirm from him. So she started ranting. All of a sudden, everything scattered. The guy and the babe they come downstairs. Fight starts. We come up body. We just have to tell them to excuse the environment and settle their thing. So, not be today side chick start though. Even most girls where they here, they stay shut up, small girl. All of them na person side chick go. Make we not they deceive ourselves because say we they follow Daddy Freeze or Daddy Freeze that pastor. We they try talk through. So
come. Video man, as you don't talk and go this side, you be side chick to any man. Not lie.
I not be person side chick.
Your voice toned down as you answer that question.
I not be person side chick. Oh.
The energy reduce.
Daddy Freeze, you want make I use microphone?
No. It's okay.
Daddy Freeze, may they not they drag the young girl sharp. May they just
no, but you see, there's one place that the young girl no try, and that is the threatening. Once matter don't enter
that
threatening
part, Daddy Freeze, on that threatening part is totally wrong. It's totally wrong. But if you ask me, Daddy Freeze, I will tell you the honest truth that why person go get mine now, before person go get access to your wife, get access to, do you know what her contact means? That's her privacy. Like, get her contact, even if now for Instagram said the person go threaten her. Abana, it's too much now. It's no good, I beg. People they try talk small truth. That one no make sense. It no good, no matter what. That's it. Even now you as a man supposed settle the whole case. Your side chick no get right to threaten your wife. It no fit happen unless say you give her that go ahead, or like you just said, like say the marriage don't end and the wife no one allow the new babe make it enjoy the relationship. Now there they go fit interfere, but as long as they are still married and we've not heard any thing like divorce or something like that, she does not have any right to threaten the lady. No good right, no good reason. There is no justification on that. No matter how you take love the man rich, you don't get right to do that one. This one, no, it no make sense, I beg. You want to show the world, say you don't tear eye, be say wetin happen.
Oh boy, they say make them take your light. Now my own light can't go.
Sorry, the Lord is your mother. Where the star where person buy for you now? On a make with they use and they go.
We can try on phone. We go Kukuma. Hey.
Good evening.
Hey,
Good evening,
peace.
sir.
You said don't join us, so and they try find light. We go sustain us. Peace. What is your own take?
Sir.
What is your take in the matter?
Okay.
Hello?
Good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening.
Are you
Okay,
Vidoma, hold on. We have somebody else. Don't go anywhere. We have somebody else. Yes, I'm listening. Peace.
Okay, I'd like to speak to my lady first. Please, it's not everybody that is following Daddy Freeze that is a side chick, and this is where we have a problem in this part of the world. You know, let's stop generalizing. That's number one. You know, number two, we keep saying it. You hardly find men come on a platform like this to start saying that every man is, you know, a gigolo, or every man is sleeping with, you know, other
Nigerians una get problem. I swear. Una go leave betting they buy tuna, they buy who glamours. Now grandma they put money for my pocket. Muna dey there.
Wait, Vidoma, sorry, please. Hold on, let her talk.
She also said something, and I beg to differ. You see, if irrespective of whatever, Daddy Freeze, you are an Edmond to me.
Yes.
You are a teacher, right? And yes. I say it proudly anyway. I am certain, knowing number one, you will never, I am not sure you would allow test boards to talk to your ex for whatever reason, or to be rude to your ex for whatever reason. If for nothing, because of your son. Number two, test board, I've not met her, right? I've had one or two dealings with her. I see her as a very responsible woman. There is no woman, even if the man is a sissy, even if the man is so irresponsible and he doesn't mind you being rude to his ex or his girlfriend or his wife for whatever reason, a responsible woman will not, for whatever reason, find herself in that position. Even when such comes, you see her she would excuse herself and say, hey, guy, sort yourself out. She would never, she would avoid anything that would, you know, want to bring her and the other person together. Do you understand? So, I don't know, I don't think it's right for Cubana to do whatever, right? The man involved shouldn't have allowed this get to this point.
Okay, so you also feel, let me get you feel that it is the man's fault. This is exactly what Blessing CEO said at the beginning of the video. I don't know if you watched Blessing.
No, I haven't watched.
Oh, Blessing was the first person to come to the live, and this was her take that it's not Maria's fault, it's not the wife's fault, it is the man's fault. Is that the same perspective you share?
It is the very first person to hold responsible in this matter is the man. Okay. It shows he's not in charge. That's the truth. It shows that the man is not in charge. And it shows he doesn't know, he's not, I'm sorry to say, he's not a responsible man. That's that for me. Maria is totally wrong for what she did. Even if Anna refused to take his position or do the right thing, you yourself give yourself respect as a woman and stay off his business. Stay off. This is his wife for years, for crying out loud. It's none of your business. If they want to do whatever, go ahead. Let them do what they want to do. You don't have to interfere in their matters. That's the truth. But that man is somewhere not right.
Now, let me ask you a question.
There's something not just right.
Let me ask you a question, because I want to clear up all scenarios. What if, let's swing it around, what if it's the wife that, you know, some women, you know that, it's like, imagine me and the lady that was here before you are dating or married, and then the marriage is strained. I've seen marriage situations where the woman is asking for 5 billion.
Yeah.
And the man does not want to give 5 billion. So he's tying the divorce case. He doesn't want the divorce, not because he loves her, not because they have anything, but he just doesn't want to give her 5 billion. This, I'm telling you, is a true life story that I witnessed. So the man is refusing to give the divorce because what the woman is asking for is too much. So the man is saying, no, we are working on tying the divorce. Now, inside that tying the divorce, the wife, who knows she's no longer his wife, and then now you are now my new catch now. This was my former catch, and I'm now moved on to you. Now you are getting frustrated because you can't marry me because this woman has not gone. So it is a complicated entanglement. So you see, this one is easy if you date a man for 5 months, 6 months, 1 year. You don't date this man for 5 years. The man wants his wife to go, but cannot let her go unless she adjusts her conditions, and she's not ready to adjust her conditions. So you are getting frustrated because you don't dey near 40 now. You never feel born because you dey fear say if you born, it go enter problem. So your emotions are already on a high. The woman can't decide, say, call you, say, to shame you, leave my husband alone. You now go on a rant. Now you are the more popular person. Let's look at it from that scenario too. Because I was lucky in my own divorce situation that at no time did my ex try to publicly attack taste buds. Because if you had done, I would have taken taste buds side. I would have finished how I would have gone in head on. So we also need to also look at the genuineness of this marriage. And you know, I say this all the time, peace. Many Nigerian marriages are not worth the paper that they are printed on. That paper that they are printed on is worth more than the marriage. And many people find it hard to adjust to this reality. A marriage should be two people living together without a paper but love each other and understand commitment is more powerful, in my humble opinion, before God and man, than two people who hate each other, are stuck together and have this little paper that has no meaning. They both have separate lives, but this paper is holding them together. As far as I'm concerned, the paper is worthless. It's the intention that is important. Now, Cubana chief priest, as far as I'm concerned, is 100% blame-free. Because he clearly puts the clause there that all of us, they street, all of us, they carry woman. Why your own reach level where they threaten? So, my problem is two people. The husband that they say if a wall no open, lizard no go enter. So the husband now be the hole in the wall where lizard take enter. Now, I will not sit down here and judge a man and say, why do you have a side chick? I've had side chicks before. I don't do that again, and I don't preach side chicks. But I'm not going to sit down and judge you for having a side chick. However, how did you allow it to degenerate to the point where they are threatening themselves? Secondly, auntie too, that they say is side chick. How did we get to the point where you are threatening the wife? So right now we don't know we have only a sketchy view of what's really going on. Cubana talk. Okay. Nobody don't really talk. So we are saying, okay, what if the marriage is actually going on well? They have no problem, but the guy just like woman. That's a scenario.
Okay. It's still bad. I'm going to start with the first thing you talked about, right? This is where self-respect comes in, right? As a woman. First, I'm going to use myself as an example. I would not find myself with such a man in the first place. What will I be doing with a man who is going through divorce, right? And she's asking for something. You have it, but for whatever reason, you don't want, to give her.
What if what she's asking for is unreasonable? Let's think about it.
That's very unreasonable. And then, see, if you ask me, I would say, if for nothing, if you want to be with me, for my own, for me, for my sake, go ahead and pay her off. I need my peace, right? Then, on the other hand, what exactly? There's also every possibility that this other lady might have not said anything, but the wife is calling, the wife or ex-wife is calling her out, right? Stay away from me. Avoid it. Don't respond. Respect yourself. In the first place, why are you coming into that matter at that point? You shouldn't. I will still stand by it and still say what I want to say. I hold that man responsible. And I also hold the girl, what's her name? I don't know, the BBN girl, I don't know.
Maria
girl, yes. I think both of them are wrong. But the person who really should have handled this from beginning is the man. No matter how much, if you like, be a womanizer, be whatever you want to be, it shouldn't stop you from, using your sense and doing the right thing, for crying out loud. It shouldn't. However, we do not know what the case is. All we're saying is, Cubana called somebody out, right? If the man even has enough respect for himself, Cubana himself shouldn't have gotten to the point of calling himself out. That man must have disrespected himself. He has no respect for himself to that point, because if you are my friend, what would make you come and meddle into my matters to the point of calling me out? It shows that the man has no respect for himself in the first place. And I'm sure that for Cubana to have done that, they would have had series of meetings. They would have had conversations conversation. They would have had serious talk over it. And then maybe the guy just felt like, okay, this is getting too much. You know what? Let's break it. Let's go all the way out and do whatever it is.
Okay, now, hold on. Guys, I want to keep the two of you. Vidom, I'm sorry I'm taking some of your time because you have a perspective. Peace too. Thank you. Just hold on. I want to bring a guy. Let's hear a guy's perspective. Now, let me tell you something here. I'm a poor man compared to some people. Luckily for me, one thing I always give my ex credit for, and I'll say it all the time, we had many fights, she had many issues, but one thing I always give my ex credit for, we settled property in 10 minutes. Up to now, I've not seen my children. We've not settled children, custody, we've not settled, but property, assets was settled in 10 minutes. These are your assets, these are my assets. She did not ask asset-wise for anything unreasonable. Do you understand? Because he get what she go ask for. We go still drag the divorce. Do you understand? Because if I had a house in Banana Island, for instance, and you're asking for that house in Banana Island, waiting my pikin go come get. If you get the house now, you go remarry. And what if I remarry my own children? I don't have her. It gets to a point where if property becomes question, a cause for concern, people take different decisions. And like I said about the guy whose wife was asking for 5 billion, it's not like he doesn't have 5 billion. Why should I give you 5 billion? You understand what I'm talking about? What did you do to earn this 5 billion? So divorce situations are some people have no problem. Okay, you want to see your children, but just give me this money. Then it is the money that is a problem. Some is the children that is a problem. So many marriages, it's not everybody that has a Jeff Bezos situation. Look at Bezos' divorce. That's why I keep telling Nigerians, learn from Jeff Bezos, learn from Elon Musk. They are not the richest people in the world for nothing. They got there because of the way they think. Jeff Bezos sat down with his wife. This is what you want, this is what you want. She did not ask for anything unreasonable. She was entitled to half of his wealth. But she did not ask for half of it. She asked for a good chunk, and he agreed and gave her. And she also gave him controlling shares or control over her shares in Amazon. Say, okay, you know what? Just so that you can continue being in control of Amazon, I hereby relinquish my shares to you, so you can have them as part of your control. But that. They settled the divorce in months. She has remarried as I'm talking to you.
Yes.
So we also need to have that perspective and understand that marriages are not working in Nigeria. One, because of religion. Religion places a heavy burden on people. If you divorce, you are going to hellfire. You are not going to go to any hellfire for divorce. You are more likely to go to hellfire for being greedy than for getting a divorce. I say this all the time. Two, society. And you see, when religion and society dictate your life, what they turn you into is a hypocrite. Because you are in a marriage that you know you have no business being inside, but you are inside for this. It happened to me. The first reason when my ex first left, I didn't want her to go, not because I loved her, not because we had anything, but because the first thing that came to my mind, what would they say in church?
True.
It was when she now finally left. I couldn't go to church for a while. Then I had a job in church. They called me and said, sorry, because you are going through what you are going through, we've decided not to use you. So what I was afraid of now started manifesting. So we need to be able to
stigmatization.
We need to get ourselves wrapped out of this box and put ourselves in a place that it is okay to be divorced. There's nothing wrong. It's okay to move on. Women also need to learn not to be greedy. If your husband has given you a house or a couple of houses in choice locations and he has given, why are you still asking for big money again? What is it that you want? Why? Obviously you don't want to leave the man. There's something wrong. You just want to show, you want to make a statement, and a disgrace. When person they wear clothes, say one go make statement. Sometimes a disgrace they meet there.
It's actually people being selfish.
Good, 100%. Now I want to bring a man here. Someone said it's not okay to be a divorce. You are a capital mumu.
What? Daddy Freeze, I want to ask you a question. See, generally, people are accepting that side chick is not something bad. Generally, in Nigeria today, like you can count about so many friends of yours that are having side chick. We see it every day. We applaud it. We don't confront those people and tell them, okay, guy, what you're doing is wrong. Why don't you get a divorce? But my question is this: why is it that Nigerians don't want to come to an agreement to accept the honest truth? Why?
This question that you asked is the bane of Nigeria. The whole of Nigeria rests on this question that you asked. It is so guys, I wish I could screenshot. I have 44 people requesting to join, not one man. I have 44 women requesting to join this live. So I can't bring a man unless I remove these two ladies, because I can't add directly from here. So go to my request and request. And I don't want to remove these ladies because we're having a conversation. Someone says, shut up, you know they're intelligent. Your papa and your mama for house, no, they're intelligent. You wear your head be like vacuum cleaner. If you sleep for rug, the rug go clean, because the vacuum in your head through your ear go suck the dirty for inside the rug. If person listen to your hair, go to hear sea breeze. In fact, you get where person go near your head, go be like say aeroplane won't land because of the breeze will fool your head. You can't hear, can't they say your papa no they intelligent? Your village no they intelligent. God punish all of you. Come out for here, Joe. You think so they follow you play? Please, so guys that have sense and want to contribute, I want a guy. Now me, they look for the guy now, but 44 women. And I know if he turn them, they know if he turn transgender onto live. So, so please, men, send requests.
Oh my God.
Okay, one man don't finally send requests. I don't add them.
Oh, great.
So if person no beg now, I no go come the live. Now so women food the matter. I saw Destiny Amaka send me live. Destiny Amaka is a therapist. Can you imagine? All right, so we are rounding off here with the perspective of a man. Ladies, feel free to chip in. When he's done, you are feel free to chip in. All right, gentlemen, well done. I don't see you for this live before, me and Yella.
Hi.
Hi. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
We can hear you clearly, so go ahead.
Yeah, that's great. Literally, I came late onto your live anyway, but I'm interested in what you're saying. To be honest, I think I've mentioned something like this on your live before. Yeah, divorce in Nigeria, to be honest, is something like a disgrace. But some people are trying to get out of that now. And I'm thinking some people are taking it to the extreme. If you've not experienced it before, yeah, you might not know how it is. It's not nice. Divorce is not something that is nice. It's not something that we should preach that, okay, if you have issue, divorce. No. When you have issue, try to sort it out if you can. If you can't sort it out and it continue repeating, yeah, you can opt out, especially when there's violence and when there are some things that you know personally you can't condole it, it can make you run mental, yeah, you can opt out. Now, after divorce, what happened? It's probably the person is rich, you need to sell properties. I believe it's women just take it as an advantage to say, okay, now you've done it's my time to get back on you, to make sure that life is not bearable for you. And I think it's not really fair, because you've got kids you need to look after. Whatever, even though the guy gives you all those things, the guy might just decide that, you know what, your mom has even taken all your will, and I'm not going to give you anything anymore. So I think women should start having a rethink. I mean, you've said something about this Amazon guy. Yeah, Jeff Bezos. That's a very brilliant way of doing things. And the woman is also brilliant as well.
Genius woman.
Okay, and because that woman has literally, put that work is not going away from Jeff Bezos. And as a matter of fact, she's even going to get richer. If it's an average Nigerian woman, it will take that wealth away. You say no, it will take that wealth away and start maybe buying some flashy things or do whatever she wants like with it, or trying to see if you can do business with it and be better than that man. But I'm thinking it's just my own opinion, and I can't force my opinion on anybody. I think when there's something like divorce or there's a cheating or whatever, we need to tread carefully. And when you're separating, think more about your children. Try and do things that is going to better your future, not what you can gain. Because money, material thing can happen. If they give you like 10 houses in Lekki, in Highland, or anywhere around, tsunami can come and sweep the whole place off. So what happened?
I think, sorry to bulge you. I think you need to bring him up to speed on the subject, so that
yes. Apparently, we started about. I need you to hear what the topic is about, because it snowballed into divorce, even though it is not divorce. So let me remove you, even though what you said has made a lot of sense. You have not addressed the main point, and that's because you did not join the live on time. So let me remove you. I'm not saying you did not make sense. You made a lot of sense. But let me remove somebody who knows. We are talking about Cubana chief priest and Maria and the recent call out. So let me bring somebody in. Now, guys, please send me requests so I can add you to this live. And please keep it on the topic. Nasoso woman full here again. Oh. It went from 44 women to 58 women now. I still struggle to find the man. Oh, no.
Maybe you should bring one married woman. Let her say her own view now.
Okay, let me bring a married woman. Destiny Amaka. Destiny is not married, even though I would like to bring her in. Okay, Dwayne. Okay. I don't see Dwayne now. I don't see Samantha. I wanted to invite Samantha first too. Now, so women full here again. Hey, wow. I don't see one man. Okay, one final man in 60 people. This is our free nation, Daddy Freeze. Now, so woman follow me.
Now, we run the world.
We run the world. Can you imagine? The man I added now declined. How much more complicated can this be?
Maybe you know what may foul blow open.
Okay. Okay, since men are not, I can't add men. So, married women, please. Married women, send me a request. Destiny Amaka,
some ladies are
send
in the
me a
comment
request.
section saying they are married.
You see, in the comment section, I can't add. I need them to come to my. Now I have 70 women now. 70. Wow. Okay, I don't see one man finally. Lisa Ndukwe, you're married? Send me a request. Send me a request. Okay.
Someone is
coming live right now. I hope. If not, I'll just end it here, because I don't fit add anybody else. You are saying call me instead of you to go to my request and call. Okay. I'm just adding whoever the first person that requested. Someone said blue girl fine. Another man I've added, he has declined. Someone said I'll be married on Friday. You never reach. Okay, I have sent. Let me look for you. I've seen one. There's one face that looks familiar, and I think she's married. So I'll just end with her. Fantastic. I've accepted your request. As man no gree come. Make we add woman, make we end them here. You don't do live of 1 hour 10 minutes. When I don't want to sleep this night, no be me and una. Oh yeah, you to accept the live now. I've added you. Yes, I've added you. I've added you. I am Loveline. I've added you. Loveline, accept to. Okay, listen, the is at work. Jeez, I have 94 requests.
Wow.
94 requests. How did we get here? And all are women and a few men who refuse to join. Okay, I'm adding you again. Loveline, I'm adding you again. Let me see if, yes, Loveline, I'm adding you. Accept. So we can end. Maid nurse, let me look for you too. 100 people, 9 days they wait to add. Maid nurse, I can't find you. The list is too long. You know what it is like scrolling through 100 people. It'd be like person they scroll through park. All right, guys. Unfortunately, the married woman can't come in for one reason or the other. She's not accepted, and I've sent her twice. I've sent it to her twice. I'll send it a third time now. If it doesn't work, we'll just close the live. Thank you all for joining us. Yes, so the two of you just share your final points. Vidoma and Peace. Starting with Vidoma, you came first, and then Peace. Your final perspectives. Okay, married woman has joined us. Married woman network no come good now. All right, so Vidoma, on a final note. Sorry, what network are you using, Vidoma? Your network is very good. No shaking since morning.
MTN they use though.
MTN. What about you, Peace?
This is a 9 mobile.
No, be saying sometimes their head they touch you.
Okay. So 9 Mobile and MTN seem to be quite reliable because look how clear PC. I can see your background piece. I can see your white AC, and then that thing. Same thing with your, as in you guys throughout when you've been online. It's been really, really clear. So big shout out to MTN and 9 Mobile for this. And also I'm using IPNX. They mess me up well, but today they've been very good. So let me also give them a shout. So final points from you, Vidoma.
Okay, my fellow Nigerians, waiting I want you for this matter be say, as we all know, say to get side chick na general thing where una go talk say men are, how did they even talk about
men are scum
in nature. As una they do, muna they try respect una wife because when that side chick go, because wetin she dey find na your money, when she go, na your wife go hold you down. No, I'm talking to the good wives, so not the bad ones, you know. Now she go hold you down. No, make you try to dey respect your wife because your wife is your family. But if the marriage don't end, make you kukuma end everything. But make we know who be the real chair lady, so we no go drag person pikin enter for necessary matter. So as the matter don't be, me I dey like talk through that the freeze. Me I know they like paint words. I like to say the truth. As una they drag me. If you be person side chick, no go call the wife oh. No go threaten the wife oh. No.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my sister. Peace. Over to you, and you are signing off. After you, I'm not going to say a single word. Everybody says you look peaceful. I'm not sure. You look like who will get wahala where they look for your trouble.
Thank you. Well, not all men has come, and not all women has come. Some
that is reason I don't go out there. Good night.
Men who are out there and they're fantastic people. I tell you that. We also have women who are, great people. We don't know where this is, the background. We don't have the real gist, but whatever it is, at the level, the stage it is now, the man has not done well. He's not, handled it as a man should, handle it. And truth is, the lady, the side chick, the wife, women should stop
attacking girls. Let them stop it. It's not going to keep your man. It's not going to bring your man. I'm talking about the wife. You have an issue. Deal with the man in question that you have an issue with. Don't go calling out one girl because if your husband does not give this girl attention, she will not go ahead with what. I've seen so many men turn ladies down, turn women down. I've seen so many, so we have men like that who will still tell you, oh, sorry, I can't do this. I'm taking, and even I know of men who are not even married yet, but they respect their relationship. They keep their girlfriends and their fiancés and all that. So it's not all men that does that. But once it gets to that point, go and deal with the man. Stop attacking other women out there. And then you, that you are a side chick or about to, do not meddle into issues or matters that you didn't know where it started from. Respect yourself enough to stay away from it. It would help you, and you have dignity now. So that's that for me. That's also until we now. I know what gist will come up, and when it comes
AKA gist lover.
Yes, and then maybe we'll come back. We'll come back to
definitely. So as this week progresses, this month of October, hot October. It's September then walks and October will be September, mate.
You was it last year or this year you started? It was last year you started with this thing. This year go.
This year go rugged. Now last year, this year still rugged. Join last year. Hey, Father Lord.
So that's that. Thank you for having me, sir.
Thank you for coming and thank you for sharing. And God bless all of you. Do have a splendid week. Work hard and try to stay out of trouble so we will not discuss your gist on Daddy Freeze Forum. Take care.
Yes. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye. Yes, sir.
Woo. Take care, guys. Boom, boom, boom.